Alright, welcome back. This is how to make a geode part 2 now, instead of a part 1 only. Where I left off, I was showing you the tennis balls, which are here. This is only one half of it. As you can see, I completely covered the exterior with the joint compound, and as you can see, it dried pretty well. I did not do the inside as it made no sense. It was absolutely I can't imagine why anybody would want to. So there's no point. If you're going to try this at home, don't bother. There's really no point to it. Needless to say, when you do it in half, there's a lot less joint compound involved, which is why I said you only need a small container or a smaller container. As you can see, if you look closely, I don't know if you've ever looked at a geode itself, but you usually have the extremely hard exterior and then an inner lining, which would be here, which is actually usually just like the base of the gemstone. While they're growing, it still has the base. So now that I have my two halves, as you can see, when I go to put them together, it's just going to make a giant ball, which is exactly what I wanted it to do. Here's where it gets a little tricky, okay? What I decided to do was to put the ring in the center, and the effect that I want is that, like I said, you pop it open, it splits in half, and there you have a group of jewels, okay? What I did was I went out and I bought some teeny tiny quartz crystals, um, which are beautiful. Quartz crystals are just possibly one of the most beautiful crystals you can ever own. It's helpful, it's powerful, it cleanses itself. You can't beat it. It's tops. Um, Aside from my other favorites, which are amethyst and malachite. You can't use malachite for this kind of stuff, though. I wish. But anyway, I move on. So, like I said, I wanted the center of the geode to have these gems there, and in the center of these gems, there would be the ring in all of its magnificent glory. Magnificent glory. I'm tired right now. I'm sorry. It's 20 minutes to 1. Um, all in its magnificent glory is the ring in the center of these gemstones, which what I did was, since the main stone of the ring is a very brilliant blue sapphire, kind of like similar to my eye color right now, was that number one, the quartz crystal would make the sapphire pop and look a little bit brighter. But what I did to make it look a little bit more colorful was that I was able to obtain um, some crushed peridot as well. So that's all mixed in there, and it actually looked pretty nice. So what I did was, obviously you don't want all of these types of gems in the center of the tennis ball without some sort of case for it to go on. So one of the problems that I came across was that I didn't know what could sustain a good solid hit. So I remembered these from my childhood, and I'm sure you guys are going to remember this. But those little vending machines that are right outside of the supermarket, you know, the ones that your mom never said you could have any candy or any of the other little prizes and the toys, all the stuff that you wanted but you couldn't get. Like, yeah, bingo. That's what I got. Okay? I don't know if you remember these or not, but these things are, for whatever reason, the most solid things I've ever earned in my life. Like, you can't break this at all. Like, you could try. You know, I'm older now, so it's not that much of a deal for me. So again, you know, luckily, I decided to put this inside here, and I knew that this would be able to take a hit. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the half, and I'm going to place that in there. And as you can see, it actually fits really nicely. It doesn't really move around all that much. And just to show you the problem that I'm coming across, is, wait a minute. Yeah, I don't know how well you could see this, but when you seal it together, it doesn't create that well of a seal to go around. I think I still had it misaligned too. But, um, okay, this was working a lot better earlier. I don't know what's going on, but that's probably about the best I can do. And the reason I'm cussing myself right now is because I thought this was going to fit in here at least a little bit better to get some sort of a seal. And what I want to do is I want to use an epoxy that I purchased, Gorilla epoxy. I've never used it personally before, so I hope it works out pretty well. But what I want to do is I'm going to use the epoxy. That way I can get it sealed. Okay. Once I make sure that it's sealed, I can put another layer of joint compound all the way around the crack to ensure that the crack is not shown. Okay. So of course, let that dry. And my hopes. And you know what? That's what I forgot to do. I forgot to show you what I did with the inside of this baby. So the problem is you want to make sure that you get the lid off without disturbing anything inside and also without breaking anything either. Which, as you can see, even though, like I said, I got older, it's still pretty fucking hard. Jesus Christ. Oh, came off without a problem. So, as you can see, this is it. Okay? You can see all the tiny bits of quartz crystals and peridot. What I did was, which was actually a fantastic idea, this entire layer right here, you see how like nothing is like really moving. It's just a layer of tape. It's perfectly see-through. It's clear. You can't beat it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ring out of the box and what I did was, and you can't see it on here, but right in the center of it, I made an incision just enough for me to put the ring. Now, obviously, you want to be careful putting it in here because you don't want to break anything or scratch anything. And as you can see, it goes in there just like that and looks absolutely gorgeous. Okay? I know it's a shitty video, but it actually looks quite well together. The colors all pop and the scheme is nice. And you know what, to be perfectly honest, when she cracks this open and sees it, she's not going to see anything else besides the ring. Yeah, there you go. Say it with me. So, now that I know that it works out pretty well, just to test, to make sure that the ring doesn't fall out, I'm just going to show you. One of the stones fell out, but that's fine. Now, the good thing is, once you get the ring down in there, obviously the stones are going to reset and fall inside the ring, just inside that little creator thing, which is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Just look at this baby just one more time. Okay. So, I'm just going to take the lid and put the lid back on there. And there we go. So, I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the video for right now. I'm going to mix my epoxy because I got to pay attention. I don't want to waste your guys' time staring at this video wondering, oh my god, what is he doing now? So apparently I'm going to take the time and do some more parts to this video. Um, so hope you guys check back and tune it in. This is exciting stuff for me. So if you guys are interested in stones and stuff like that, make sure you pay attention because anybody could, like I said, anybody could do this at home. It's not a problem. It's not hard. It's in fact quite easy. So thank you.